Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to Polywar's Wrath. My name is JD, and today we're doing an optimized playthrough of Pokemon Crystal using Ledian, the 5-star Pokemon. Let's go and watch his first battle against our rival. His name is Triple Question Mark, as per tradition. We gave him a Cyndaquil because we are a bug type, it's a fire type, and we named our Pokemon Goose. If you go to the website Ranker and type in best names for this Pokemon, you'll get a lot of options, and the option I got for Ledian was Goose. So I'm a Goose. I'm a big Top Gun / Top Gun Maverick fan. So I enjoy that, and let's go ahead and talk about some things while we're on this route. We'll go over a bunch of these early battles. We won't talk about the battles, we'll talk about what we changed in this playthrough. Obviously, we're fully evolved, that's the first change, so we start off with the best possible stats starting the game. The second thing we changed is we did add in a breeding move. The breeding move we got is Psybeam. Psybeam is a 65 base power psychic move, 100% accurate. We are not psychic, so we don't get any stab out of this, and it does go off for special attack stat, which we don't have great attack either way, physical or special, but the higher of the two is special, so it does work with that, and it does delete a problem we have early, which cost us so much time in the original playthrough. And the second change we made is we changed up our hidden power. Now in the original playthrough we used hidden power flying. Hidden power flying was so we could have a stab move, and again in hindsight not the greatest idea because it does go off for our physical attack stat, but it did give us a stab move. However, the whole point of hidden power is it's supposed to solve a lot of our problems. And if you got to use that so you have a stab move, you might just want to rethink that, and that's what we did. And instead we went with Hidden Power Rock. Hidden Power Rock will solve a lot of problems that we have in the later game and on our last battle with Red. So we'll see that as it happens, but right now we're finishing up against these bug catchers. And then we do Bellsprout Tower. I'm not going to show you guys that. I said do, haha. But we're not going to do Bellsprout. We're not going to show Bellsprout Tower, let me rephrase that. It made sense to go do Bellsprout Tower. The first gym is a flying gym. We are weak to flying. And we have a psychic move, and all the Bellsprouts are grass poison, so we get a lot of experience very quickly. So at 7 minutes and about 50 seconds, we're going into our Faulkner battle. He's going to come out with a Pidgey. Pidgey does not have a flying move, so we're going to go for Supersonic. It's going to help us knock him out a little bit. Tackle doesn't do anything to us, does about 3 damage. So that's pretty good. And we move right on to Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto does have a flying move, and that's why we're going for Supersonic. We're going to make every move he has a coin flip to either damage us or damage himself. And it helps us win this battle pretty convincingly. And we beat Faulkner, we get the Zephyr badge. And I'm going to move right on to this cave. Now, in this cave, we don't really do much, a little bit of experience. But the main thing is we pick up Swift. Swift will be a much more improved move over Tackle. It's almost twice as more powerful. Tackle is 35, this is 60. But also what's nice about this, we double back and got the Pink Bow. So now we have the Pink Bow giving that a 10% boost. So it makes it a little bit more powerful. Again, it does go off for special, or physical, and that's garbage, but it's better than having nothing. Now this battle right here is against our rival. Now we did this first for Bugsy's gym just because I wanted to get it out of the way, because we actually have some amazing ways that we can actually handle this. I should have went for Supersonic there, but then I got stuck getting our actually lowered, so I was like, you know, I gotta go all in with Swift because it's the only thing I can hit him right now without missing. And then we're gonna go for Psybeam. It's just gotta hit one Psybeam on the Zubat, we'll knock it out. That battle, I didn't beat that battle for 50 minutes. It took me 50 minutes to beat that battle because without an egg move, you don't have a move that can physically hit a ghost except for Supersonic. So it was all a pure RNG battle, but we get the win and we move right on to Bugsy, super simming all these battles. And now we're going to face a Bugsy, the bug trainer. And he's going to, or bug gym leader I should say, he's going to come out with a Metapod. Metapod will go down to 2 Psybeams, very good. Now Scyther's going to come out, and Scyther, we don't have anything great against Scyther, and he can really rack up some damage with us with Fury Cutter. So we confused him, hoping that he could like break his Fury Cutter combo. He can do some damage to himself. He does capitulate a little bit and get some damage to himself. And he does knock himself out. Amazing. And so now Kakuna comes out, and Kakuna will go down to 1 Psybeam, get the knockout, get the win. Very easy win over Bugsy. I'm going to move right on to this forest. In this forest, we will do a couple things. We actually pick up an Ether too. I don't show that, but there's a super potion right there. And we're going to talk to this guy with green hair, and he's going to give us a nice move, Headbutt. It's going to upgrade one of our moves. We're actually going to give it a Comet Punch. Comet Punch is kind of garbage. It's a normal move, doesn't go off anything we do. It's got low accuracy. So we're just going to replace that with a move that, since we are decently fast, we could use to actually go first a couple times and make the opposition flinch. And then we pick up Dig, which will be very useful in one of our battles, at least against Morty and then against Jasmine. We added it to the moveset, so now our moveset is Psybeam, Headbutt, Dig, and Safeguard. Safeguard is not really a move I use too often, but it is a nice move to prevent you from getting put to sleep, paralyzed, things like that. So now we're going to go for a battle against Whitney. Whitney's the normal gym leader, and we're going to go for Headbutt. It's going to get the flinch. This is exactly why we added Headbutt. Very good. And like I said, with the Pink Bow, it gets a 10% boost, and it'll get an even bigger boost whenever we beat this. Now, I get a loss here. And I get a loss here, not because I got beaten. I did not heal before this battle. So I was at one of that around like 6% health or something like that. And we put that to chance too much. So now we're going to go ahead and go for another battle. And we knock out the Clefairy pretty easy. And now headbutt on the Miltank. One more, just got to get one more. There we go. And we get the pretty easy win over Whitney. Pretty easy one we have because I have her health. So, I mean, that's definitely helpful. So we beat Whitney, and we're going to move right on to Sudowoodo. Now, Sudowoodo is not going to be an easy battle. He does have a rock move, so he could knock us out and make this a very complicated battle. However, we do have Dig, and Dig will at least do pretty decent against him, so go for Dig. Dig looks like it's going to be at least a 2-shot. We did get the... Yep, there we go. Critical hit might have helped there, but we get a 2-shot, knock him out. I'm going to move right on to the Komodo Girls. Now, Komodo Girls is usually where I take a time to stop and talk a little bit about the channel. First thing is, we're getting some pretty good traction. We have 518 subscribers, and we're getting a decent amount of views on my videos. If you're here and you're liking this video and you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that like button down below and comment. Comments really do help the algorithm, gets more people involved, gets more people watching, and that's just going to help the channel grow. And then I can make more videos like this for you guys all the time. I can add a little bit more production value into it, all those things. And obviously, make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. More than 80% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you're in that 80%, don't be in that 80%. Let's boost the other side and get a subscription in there. We're finishing up with Komodo Girls, and the only one we had a problem with we actually faced first, which was Flareon. So we beat Flareon pretty bad. We do not have to go get the hidden power yet for this next battle. We can, but I don't think we have to. We have Dig and Psybeam, so the next two battles are going to be pretty crucial to have those two moves. And like I said, we don't need hidden power yet. It'll help solve a problem, but we don't need to put it on there because we have other moves to solve other problems right now. So we're facing our third rival battle. He comes out with a Haunter. Haunter will go down to either A Dig, or he can go down to B, a Psybeam. Probably should have gone for Psybeam. Psybeam goes off for special. It'd have been a lot more effective. It is what it is. And then we're going to go ahead and take on the Magnemite. Magnemite go down to 1 Dig. Very good. And then Zubat. Nope, not Zubat. I'm sorry. It's Q-Lava comes out. It goes for Ember. Does a decent amount of damage, but we knock it out with Dig. And then the last Pokemon is Zubat. Zubat's going to go down to 1 Psybeam. Get a pretty easy win over our third rival battle. And we're going to fall through this 4 and end up right in the lap of Morty. Morty is the Ghost Gym Leader, and he's going to come out with a Ghastly, a Haunter, Gengar, and then a Haunter. Ghastly comes out, and Psybeam should one-shot, but we're going to go for Safeguard. That's going to prevent him from putting us to sleep or paralyzing us or anything like that. So we have 5 turns, we can prevent him from doing anything. Psybeam is a one-shot on both the Ghastly and the Haunter, and it's not a one-shot on Gengar, but he can't really do much to us other than just hit us with something, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. And then we Haunter, we knock out in one go. Pretty easy win over Morty. We played that just right. We will not learn Baton Pass. We're going to move on from Morty into Chucky Boy's gym. Now, Chucky Boy is the gym leader where if we had Hidden Power Flying, this would have been super nice and super effective. However, Psybeam does pretty well with this as well. So we're going to go ahead and he's going to come out with his Primeape. And old Chucky Boy and all of his weights are not going to be able to stop this Pokemon because we have Safeguard. Safeguard is going to prevent him from being able to put us to sleep or confuse us. So we go for Safeguard, we go for Psybeam. It's going to be a 2-shot on the Primeape. We tank a pretty effective Fury Swipes. Go for Psybeam on the Poliwrath. Surf does nothing. Great special defense with this Pokemon. Look at it, it's 113 right now. That's very high special defense, very surprising for Pokemon, and it's kind of not great. So now we're going to go to this place I never show, and it's south of Goldenrod, and you can face these 3 girls. These 3 trainers, here's what they are important for. 1, they do give some decent experience. We are level 27, they're level 24. I mean, for that level, yeah, it's not a great amount of experience, but it is decent experience. That's the first part. Second part of this is when we beat these 3 girls, we get a specific item. And come to find out, I might not have needed this item at all, but I thought I'd show you nonetheless. This is how you get it, just in case you ever want to know. So you got 3 girls, and 2 of them are like back-to-back battles. You can't heal, which, you know, could have been bad for us, but we end up getting it. So right now I'm like re-healing. Nope, not max repel. We're gonna do a couple berries, I guess. Their Pokemon are much lower level than us, so it's not too much of a deal if we're not at full health. I just don't want to risk a chance. And the third girl comes out with a Shelter. I'm not really comment too much on the battle. We're pretty much gonna one-shot everything here and beat them pretty good. But what's important about this is she gives us a Soft Sand. Soft Sand is a held item that gives a 10% boost to all ground moves. So that's what's important about that. And we save Ampharis, give him the medicine, and then move right on. And we're going to face Jasmine. Now this is why we got the Soft Sand, so we get a 10% boost in all of our ground moves, and with these digs, going to be super effective against the Magnemite. There's one knockout, very good. We probably don't even need this offstand, to be completely honest, against these two. I thought dig would be more effective against Steelix, and it's not, so we got to find another way to beat this. And I actually have another way. It's sitting in my Pokemon Pokebag, but I wanted to hang on the safeguard just a little bit longer. And yeah, we're not going to win this. So we're going to lose this battle after we hit here. And we're going to lose this battle, and once it hits us again, it's going to knock us out. And we're going to go ahead and just skip over that. We're going to get Hidden Power Rock. Hidden Power Rock, like I said, 70 base power, 100% accurate move. It's decent, and it does solve a couple of our problems. You'll see what those problems are here in a little bit. So, for example, we're facing Gyarados. The best move to have here would be Hidden Power Rock, because he's weak to rock moves. But Return does a pretty decent job knocking him out in 3 turns. Thrash can get scary, because if he crits, that can be a lot of damage very quickly. But we get the win, and we go talk to this guy staring at this sign with a cape on. I think he's LARPing. Kind of looks like he's got a Widow's Peak whenever you look at it there. But we go help him fix some problem in an underground whatever base, hidden base or whatever, and move right on to Price. Price is the Ice Gym Leader. We actually are weak to Price, so this should be a Gym Leader that should have an advantage over us. However, we have the advantage of adding Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch will one-shot the Seal. Is it going to one-shot the Dugong? It is, with a critical hit. Don't know if that mattered or not, but we'll take it. And the last Pokemon is Piloswine. Piloswine, we're going to go for Return. It looks like it's just close to a 2-shot. It is a 2-shot, very good. Level up to level 44. We beat Price. I'm going to move right on and go back to face Jasmine and take her on. So now we actually added Ice Beam, or Ice Punch. Ice Punch is a neutral move. It does decent damage against Steelix. He does not have a good special defense, so that is the play. And we still have the Soft Sand equipped just to make sure Magnemite's a one-shot. I don't think we needed the Soft Sand in hindsight, but it is what it is. And then now Steelix comes out. We're at full health. He does have a very super effective move, but Ice Punch looks like it's going to be just about 50%. And she's going to heal, get in a healing loop. So it's not quite 50%, but we get a critical hit on the last one. Don't know if that mattered or not. Get the win over Jasmine and move right on to our 4th rival battle. 4th rival battle, we have a pretty well-rounded moveset, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem. Well, let's go ahead and see what happens here. Golbat comes out, and Golbat will go down to 1 Hidden Power Ice. Or, I'm sorry, Ice Punch. I keep saying Hidden Power Ice. I'm sorry. I'm so used to using Hidden Power Ice. Magnemite comes out. We're going to go for a Dig. Dig will one-shot. Yeah, that's, we probably didn't need, like I said, Soft Sand, so maybe we wasted our time there. Dig on the Q-Lava. I'm not going to say we waste our time, because we definitely needed the level, so that's not a problem. We knock out the Q-Lava in 2 hits. Very good. And Haunter comes out. As long as we can just hit it, we'll knock out the Haunter in 1 go. And all we got to do now is knock out the Sneasel. Return will one-shot the Sneasel. We took a quick attack. We took barely any damage at all. Beat our 4th rival. I'm going to move right on to Claire. Claire is the Dragon Gym Leader, and she's going to lead out with 3 Dragonair and a Kingdra. Now, the Dragonair are not a problem. We have Hidden Power. We have Ice Punch. I'm sorry, I said it again. We actually didn't equip the Never Melt Ice, because we have a decent special attack. So we're one-shotting all 3 of the Dragonites. And that's going to leave us to the Kingdra. Kingdra is part water, part dragon. So we're going to go for Thunder Punch. It does about a 1/3. It lowers our accuracy, and we're going to go for Return. Return looks like about another 1/3, so it's a wash on which one we use. Thunder Punch looked like it did a little bit more. I think it's because of our special. We do paralyze it, so now it's not going to have as much of an opportunity to skip our attacks. We beat Claire, though. We get a pretty convincing win over Claire, and move on into our final rival battle, rival number 5. And he's going to come out with a Sneasel. Now, Sneasel is going to come out, and we're going to one-shot it with Return. Any good physical move will take out Sneasel. It's very frail. Golbat comes out next. Golbat's going to go down to 1 Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch is a knockout. Very good. Could have gone for Ice Punch, too. Not a big deal. And we're going to go for Dig on the Magneton. Get a one-shot. Excellent. So it looks like we might clean sweep here. We're going to go for Dig on the Typhlosion as well. We have a super effective move in Dig. It can't really do a lot to us. It hits us with Flame Wheel. We knock it out with Return. And that leaves 2 Pokemon left. Haunter will go down to a Dig. Very good. And the last Pokemon is Kadabra. Kadabra will go down to 1 Return if we hit it. Very good. We get a very convincing win over our rival. We kick him through the curve, go whine and complain about it, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to move right on to the Elite Four and take on the Elite Four. Before we go into the Elite Four, we're going to take a look at all the things with this Pokemon and see where we're at when it comes to level, stats, etc. And see how good or bad we're sitting right now. So right now we're sitting at 1 hour and 16 minutes and 42 seconds. The original playthrough, in this specific playthrough, I beat Price at around 50 minutes to beat his gym and progress on. In the original playthrough, I didn't beat the second rival till over 50 minutes. So that's how much time we've gained. So right now, an hour and 16 minutes and 42 seconds. Not a great time by most standards, but for this Pokemon, compared to what it was in the last playthrough, it was almost 2 hours to beat the Elite Four. We have gained so much time here. Our moves, I should say, were 3 resets at this point. We're at level 56. Our moves are Return, Hidden Power Rock, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch. Very broad moveset, very diverse. A lot of coverage here. The problem is we don't have any stab, and our physical moves aren't great. So let's go and look at the physical stats, and we'll compare them with our badge stats. So the attack is 87, like I said, garbage. Defense is 102, pretty garbage. Special attack, 110, not great, but not bad. And special defense, 173, with speed being 145. So those are decent stats, the last 3 at least. First 2 are pretty garbage, but when you apply our badge boost on the left side, bottom left corner, you'll see the badge boost applied. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. And I don't plan on changing the moveset or anything with the Elite Four. So let's go ahead and dive right into the Elite Four with all what we have, and see how good we do. We might change the held item. We have a Pink Bow, we have a Nevermelt Ice. So those are some things we may switch up. But the first member of the Elite Four we got to face is Will. Will is a Psychic Gym leader, or a member of the Elite Four, I should say. And we're going to go for Ice Punch on the Xatu, knock it out, very good. Moving right along to Jinx. Jinx will go down usually to 1 return because she's pretty frail. Knockout, very good. Xatu comes out. It's a knockout again with Ice Punch, very good. Slowbro comes out, Thunder Punch on Slowbro. Won't knock it out, it's pretty bulky. We're going to go for Thunder Punch again, knock it out, and then we have 1 Pokemon left. This should at least be a 2-shot. At the very least, at the very most, it's a 1-shot, which is what we get. Very good, no damage taken at all. Move right along and go right into our Koga battle. Now, Koga's tricky because he has some cheese strats, and we're not exactly the most defensive Pokemon, but we'll see what happens here. Ariados comes out. We're going to go for Hidden Power Rock on the Ariados. It's not a 1-shot, it gets a 2-shot. Oh, we missed a second attempt. There we go. We get the 2-shot, knock it out. And then Crobat comes out. We go for Hidden Power. I would go for Hidden Power or Ice Punch here. Very good. So it's not a 1-shot, but it gets a full restore. Maybe Hidden Power Rock would have been better because it wouldn't have healed. So that might have been a better option. But oh well, it is what it is. Next Pokemon comes out is Venomoth. Venomoth is going to come out. Hidden Power Rock is going to be a 2-shot. We get confused, which is stupid, but it happens. We knock out the Venomoth, and now we're going to face the Fortress. Fortress, we don't have a great move here. We don't have a great move. It is a bug type, and the smart thing should have been to do one of 2 things. Go for Thunder Punch because it's the most effective move, or go for Hidden Power Rock. So we do not handle that battle very well. We get a reset, and we're going to face this again. We're going to go for Return on the Ariados. Still going to be a 2-shot, so it doesn't matter. And now the next Pokemon is Crobat. Crobat's going to come out. Ice Punch does do enough where it puts it into a healing loop. That's awesome. And it raises its evasiveness by using Double Team. But we do get the 2-hit knockout. Very good. And now Venomoth comes out. Venomoth going to go for Hidden Power Rock. It's going to be a 2-shot. I don't know why it's not a 1-shot. It looks like it should be so close. But we knock it out, and then we move right on to the Fortress. Fortress will come out, and we'll go for Hidden Power Rock or Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch looks like it's done half damage. And so we get a 2-shot, avoiding the explosion. And now Muck is our last Pokemon, and we just got to hit it with some consistency. We hit Ice Punch. Ice Punch will freeze it. And now we get a free knockout and get a pretty free win with full health again. We don't even lose any health going into the Bruno fight. Now, Bruno is a problem. Bruno is a problem because, one, we really don't have a lot of things against us that Bruno can do. I mean, he can do quick attack and do his normal punch, but we resist it to any fighting moves, so that's not a problem. We also can't get hit by Dig by Hitmontop, so that's not a problem either. The problem is the Machamp. Machamp has Rock Slide, and Rock Slide will 1-shot or get pretty close to 1-shotting us. And we also don't have a move that 1-shots him. If we had Psybeam, maybe we would. If we had Hidden Power Flying, maybe we would. But we have nothing that 1-shots any of the Pokemon he really has, except for Onix can get 1-shot by Ice Punch. So we're going to take a montage of losses here, because we do not have anything great to knock out the Machamp, I should say, not the Hitmonchamp. I keep saying that, and I really want to make a Pokemon called Hitmonchamp. It's like a fusion Pokemon, I guess. I don't know, like Dragon Ball Z. But we're going to have this battle repeated a couple times, because this battle is a difficult battle. We do not have a great option for this battle. We can just use Return. We can maybe play with some Ice Punch to get some freezes, and maybe Thunder Punch for a paralysis. But we really don't have a way to easily 1-shot the Machamp. We do have the Nevermelt Ice equipped, so maybe the Pink Bow would help, and then so we switch to the Pink Bow and see if this is going to help a little bit more. Hitmontop is still a 2-shot, and he does a couple quick attacks. Not a big deal. It's not doing a lot of damage. And right here, Ice Punch will one-shot the Onyx. That's been a consistent no-brainer. And then we have Hitmonchan. And Hitmonchan goes for Fire Punch. Doesn't do a lot of damage at all. So we have 2 Pokemon left. And that's the Machamp. Does this get us in the 2-shot range? It does get us close to a 2-shot range. So we do get a 2-shot with critical hit. It really helped. But the problem is we're not going to one-shot the Hitmonlee. And unless it misses its attack, we're back to square one. And here we are again. We have another reset. So we're at 7 resets right now in this playthrough. 1 hour and 23 minutes. We've been dealing with Bruno for a while. And we're going to go for Thunder Punch on the Hitmontop. It's not helping. It's not doing any extra damage. And so now we're going to go for Return. And Return will knock it out. Take a little bit more damage from Quick Attack than I like to, because it took more turns to knock it out. We accidentally hit Return on the Onyx. It starts to Sandstorm. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to reset before this battle goes off the rails. Anyway, and this, I think, is the actual winning battle we have against Bruno. Return will 2-shot the Hitmontop. Get it knocked out. Very good. Onyx will come out. We're going to go for Ice Punch this time, not Return, so that we don't get stuck with Sandstorm. We're going to go for Return on the Hitmonchan. That's going to be a 2-shot. It goes for Fire Punch, doesn't do a lot of damage, but it actually is super effective because we are Bug type. And now we survive a Rock Slide from Machamp. It goes for a heal. We're still able to knock it out because we will go first. And it misses, thank goodness, so we actually take a 3-shot instead of a 2-shot to knock it out. And we're going to go for Return. I'm actually going to go for Ice Punch, and we get hit again. This is not the winning one. This is the winning battle. At least I hope it is. So now we're going to go ahead and try this one more time. Hitmontop comes out. We'll go for Return. It's going to be a 2-shot. Minimize our damage. 2 shots. Very good. Next Pokemon is Onyx. Go for Ice Punch. Ice Punch will 1-shot the Onyx. Very good. And we're going to move right on to Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan will be a 2-shot. It's been a 2-shot the entire time. Unless we hit a critical. That does happen. But we knock it out. And now we move on to the problem Pokemon, which is Machamp. We get a critical hit, so this will be a 2-shot. We have 13 damage that we accumulate. Or we survive on. 13 damage. And then we knock out the Machamp. Very good. And then Hitmonlee comes out. We go for Return on the Hitmonlee and get a 1-shot. It didn't say critical, so I guess we're just in a range of knocking it out the whole time. And with that being done, we're going to move right on to Karen. Now, Karen, we've had the problems with Bruno and Koga so far. And Karen is usually the biggest headache in the Elite Four. We're going to go and go for Return. And then Ice Punch, hoping to get a freeze. And we're not going to knock it out. We do get a freeze now, but our actually is lowered, so let's see how this battle goes. Return. And now Houndoom comes out. We go for Return on the Houndoom. We miss. And we should be going for Hidden Power Rock right now, not Return. But it is what it is. We're going to get a loss here. There's no way we're going to one-shot everything else that's left. Gengar comes out. And what are we going to do? We're going to go for Ice Punch, hoping for a freeze. It goes for Curse, which means we pretty much, if we don't knock everything out in one go, then it's going to knock us out because we're going to take Curse damage. We decline learning Double Edge. And we're going to move right on to the Murkrow. We miss. And it's going to knock us out. So, not fun, but let's go and take another reset. And we're going to try facing Karen one more time. Return on the Umbreon. It misses a Sand Attack, hits Confuse Ray. We do not have a Bitter Berry equipped, so we got to deal with some confusion here. It is what it is, though. Hidden Power Rock is a 2-shot. We can just get the second one. But we hit ourselves, and it hits the Flamethrower, and this battle is pretty much foregone conclusion. And, yeah, we're not going to survive the rest of this battle unless it tries for Curse or something like that. So we're going to go for Ice Punch, hoping to get a freeze. We get it licked, and now we face another reset with Karen. And these resets are really adding up with this Pokemon. So we go for Return. It's a 3rd. We miss another attack. Go for Return again. It's a 3rd. And we get a 3-shot knockout. And we're kind of at a detriment here when it comes to damage and our accuracy. So a 2-shot is not going to knock out Houndoom. We won't get the second one off because we missed the attack because of accuracy. So now we're moving on. We'll try Karen one more time. We're at 14 faults, 14 resets. Ice Punch, we get a freeze first turn. So that's good strategy there. We'll take that. So I equip the Bitter Berry, and every time I equip an item to solve a problem, it ends up not being relevant at all. So it is what it is. But Bitter Berry is not going to use. We knock out the Houndoom. Ice Punch, we get a freeze on the Gengar, so we get very lucky here. So now, unless we completely fall off the rails, we should be good against the rest of the team here. Murkrow's going to come out. Murkrow's going to go down to one Ice Punch. Knock it out. Very good. And then Vileplume's next. All we need is 2 Ice Punches and should knock it out. Ice Punch number 1. And we do a lot of damage. And we do an Ice Punch and knock it out. We did get paralyzed, but it didn't affect the battle at all. So that being said, we're going to move right on to the next Pokemon trainer, which is the champion, which is Lance. The liar with the flyers, as Squidgy would say. He's going to come out with his Gyarados. Gyarados is going to be taken down with one Thunder Punch. Knock it out very good. This battle is going to be pretty much a foregone conclusion. Ice Punch on the Dragonite. Ice Punch on the second Dragonite. Very effective, high special. Really helping out right here. Special attack, I should say. Aerodactyl's coming out. Ice Punch on the Aerodactyl to one shot. Very good. Charizard comes out, and Hidden Power Rock is mainly for Charizard and other flying Pokemon we're going to have problems with. And the last Pokemon is Dragonite. We hit the Ice Punch, we get the knockout, we take no damage against Lance. So really it's the guys in the middle are the problems we had. And we get all the conversations about clocking in, getting on the Elite Four. We beat the Elite Four. Let's see what the time is. Looks like 1 hour and 32 minutes and how many seconds. Here we go. We're getting the time. And it's 1 hour, 32 minutes and 43 seconds. So very solid time for this Pokemon. We got a pretty good win, and we saved so much time on the original playthrough. We beat the Elite Four in 2 hours and 60 minutes and 36 seconds. And in this playthrough, we saved, oh my god, how much time is that? Well, 30 minutes is, so 44 minutes, I think it's about what it is. So we saved 44 minutes of time, but that is only half the battle. The rest of the battle will be done in Kanto. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in Kanto. Now that we're in Kanto, you're really going to be showcased on how bad this Pokemon really is. So right now we're taking on Lieutenant Surge, and honestly, maybe I should have skipped over Lieutenant Surge because we are a flying type Pokemon and maybe this wasn't a good advantage. However, you're going to see us lose to Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge has 5 Pokemon. 4 of the 5 Pokemon are 20 or more levels lower than our Pokemon, and he gets us here. We get paralyzed, and we get hit by Zap Cannon, so we get a reset here. We take 2 resets to Lieutenant Surge. 2 of them. And what's stupid and crazy, and you're going to see this is a trend that just always happens with any of my videos. Anytime we put an item on to counter something that's happening in the playthrough, in the fight we're having, somehow the computer just knows to not even go for it, so we don't even have, like right now we have the Pink Bow. The Pink Bow gives us a 10% boost in all of our normal moves, so return should be boosted. We equip the Paralyzed Cure Berry that we have, and now we get a critical hit. We don't even deal with the Raichu, who paralyzes first. We don't even have the opportunity to be paralyzed by, by Magneton because of Zap Cannon. We actually freeze them. So now, equipping this Paralyzed Cure Berry is completely pointless, and now we're actually getting our chance to knock out all the Pokemon. But it took us 2 resets to get to this point, and this is just only the first gym leader. Now, granted, it is one we're weak to, but this just showcases how not great this Pokemon is. It's not designed to be anything more than it's just to fill the gap of the Pokédex. It's one of 100 Pokemon they added into this generation. Now, with Erica, you're going to see a complete sweep of her team, except for one Pokemon's going to hang on and be bulky and tank the hit. Victory Bell will go down to 1 Ice Punch, and then Blossom will go down to 2 Ice Punches. I'm sorry. And going to go for Sunny Day. She's going to heal. Actually, she'll go down to So we get that was a range on the first one, so it could have been a one-shot to begin with. But Erica's pretty easy, and we move right on to Sabrina. Sabrina's also very easy. We are bug type, so our psychic moves aren't going to do too much. We also have extremely good special defense, so we don't get much done from Sabrina. We get 2 returns on the Espeon. Mr. Mime should also be pretty close to 2 returns. Yep, 2 returns. And then Alakazam is our final Pokemon. I don't think it's going to be a one-shot. Nope, it's not. And look how little Psychic did. So we do have very good special defense. I will give the Pokemon that credit. Special defense and speed are definitely its bright spots with this Pokemon. And I'm not going to sit here and say special attack is bad either. We're doing pretty good with attacking. And now we're going to go ahead and face Misty. And Misty gets us here too. She has all of her Pokemon are lower level. They're actually more than 20 levels lower than us. And we have a Kamikaze Lapras here. It goes for Parasong. And because we just don't have quite enough oomph on our hits, we're not knocking out the Quagsire in one hit. We're not knocking out the Starmie in one hit. So we're going to take a reset here because Parasong knocks us out. So here's our second attempt at Misty. We're going to go for Thunder Punch. Very good. It's one shot. And then she's going to bring out Lapras again. Thunder Punch, not quite a one shot. And Parasong goes for Parasong again. And so we have another Kamikaze Lapras here. It's going to take us down with them. And yeah, we're going to get knocked out. We're not even going to get the chance to attack the Starmie, I'm sorry. And then we're going to go ahead and go for this again. And I left and got the Magnet to help with this battle. And exactly what happened in the Lieutenant Surge battle, where I equip an item to help. This item Doesn't help, doesn't get us the one shot. It doesn't go for Parasong this time, and now we're able to just finish the battle just like we normally would. So make an attempt to help the battle, and it's just a completely random RNG. That's just how RNG the game is. But we get the win over Misty, and I don't think we have any more hiccups with gym leaders, so I can talk a little bit about the channel. This channel is growing pretty well, and we have some really good series I'm invested. I'd like to do more series, to be honest. I just don't have the time. Like I said, I do this between 4 and 7 a.m. If you've never heard me say that before, I work a full-time job 6 days a week, I'm district manager. So between 4 and 7 is when I knock out Pokemon when it comes to playing, when it comes to editing, when it comes to doing voiceovers. All these things are done between 4 and 7 a.m. So it's just how I can get it done, and having the software that was provided to me by Scott's Thoughts really does help me just get a lot of that stuff in the screen and get it on screen, so it's a little better to look at. Things coming up. We just finished our Poliwrath playthrough of our series in Pokemon Blue. We're figuring out who the best fighting type is. Poliwrath, I have a tier list for that, for all the Pokemon Blue best of every type, whatever. And we're only done the fire type and the fighting type, and we're into the fighting type. And so far, Poliwrath is top leaderboard, and was really excited about, because that's one of my favorite Pokemon overall. But in Generation 2, it's Generation 1's definitely one of my favorites. Poliwhirl is actually my favorite, but Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath line is my favorite, Pokemon in Generation 1. And we also have this series. This series is going pretty well, playing through Pokédex in order, and we're just cycling back and doing the optimized playthroughs. We have a really tough playthrough coming up, and we get a reset right there against Blue, and that's a good time to go right back into the fights against the gym leaders in Kanto. So Blue comes out, and we knock out the Pidgeot. What happened was he went for Mirror Move, and Thunder Punch paralyzes, so that's why we took a quick reset against Blue. We're going to one-shot the Rhydon. Now we're going to go up against Arcanine. We're going to go for Hidden Power Rock. Hidden Power Rock is a little bit more powerful, and it's not really a good option. We have below physical attack anyway, so whatever we choose is not going to do great. Gyarados is 4 times with Thunder Punch, so we go for that on Gyarados. Now we're going to go for Ice Punch on Executor. It should be a 2-shot. As long as you don't take too much damage, you can go for Full Restore, because that's what they do. And Full Restore again. It's just prolonging the battle. It's really always doing. Ice Punch, very good. Alakazam's going to come out. He's not really nothing good against us. So we're going to go for Return. It's not a one-shot. He's going to have his defense. We still get the knockout. So that's a second try victory over Blue. Pretty good for this Pokemon. And now we are going to face Red. Red is going to come out. And we're going to take a lot of resets here, because we just don't want to get charmed by Pikachu. Even though we don't have a great physical attack, we still need to use Return on a couple Pokemon. And we have to have Hidden Power Rock use our physical moves too. So we take a couple quick resets. It's not like we're going through the whole battle and we're losing on the last Pokemon or something. So these are quick resets. It's not taking a lot of time. The time right now, we're at 2 hours and 3 minutes and 13 seconds. So we just need to get through Pikachu without Pikachu. There's a freeze, so I think this is the one where we actually beat Pikachu. So he goes for a Full Restore, which is stupid. But we're going to get in a healing loop and knock him out anyway. Okay, that's good, because now he's just healing. And we're going to go first and knock him out. Good. So now we beat Pikachu. Now Charizard comes out. We go with Hidden Power Rock. This was designed solely for Charizard. We have good special defense, so we tank a Flamethrower. Very good. We're just below half health. Now we're above half health after healing. Thunder Punch on the Blastoise. He brings him out because Blastoise has Blizzard, and we're a flying type. So that's why he brings him out third. Thunder Punch gets a 3-hit knockout. We get it. We're almost up to full health. We're healing. We're going to go for Ice Punch on the Snorlax. And we're going to go for Return. It's going to do a little bit more damage. Body Slam, we just don't want to get paralyzed. Ice Punch again, and we get the freeze, which is exactly what we wanted. It's just the most convenient freeze ever. Return, and we get one more Return. And good, we're almost up to over 200 hit points. We're going to go for Ice Punch on the Venusaur. He can't really do anything to us. He can go for Giga Drain or Solar Beam, and we're resistant to both of those. So we're not going to take any damage. So we knock out the Venusaur, and now it's just Espeon. It can't do any damage to us either. It's going to go for Psychic. We have really good special defense. We are Bug type, so we resist it. And all we got to do is knock it out. And he's not going to heal. So we're actually going to get a very solid time for this type of Pokemon. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. And I'm going to pause it. We got Red beat with the optimized playthrough in 2 hours and 4 minutes, 51 seconds. Now, am I going to sit here and proclamate that this is a great time and this is the greatest Pokemon ever? Hell no. Not a good Pokemon. Not a good time in general. But when you compare that to the fact it took us nearly 3 hours to beat it the first time, now, there's a lot of things. This is a very early playthrough. I'm more knowledgeable of the game, I'm more knowledgeable where to get moves and things like that. And obviously starting out fully evolved and having to move, like 50 minutes of that was just getting by the second rival in the first playthrough. In the second playthrough, in the optimized playthrough, a lot of those things didn't really give us problems. It was usually the same problems you're going to have with most trainers. Karen was a problem. Bruno was a problem. Bruno was difficult because of one move, and it was the same in the previous playthrough. It's going to be the same for any flying Pokemon. We just have an answer, and we decided Hidden Power Rock was much more useful than Hidden Power Flying, and Hidden Power Flying would have obliterated that battle. So a lot of things like that, and this is why we do the optimized playthroughs. We see what we can do if we can ramp this Pokemon as good as we can get this Pokemon. What can it do? Now, I'm not gonna, it didn't do well. It's just not a well-designed Pokemon. The stats don't match up. If it's a flying bug Pokemon, most flying bug moves are physical. Why would you give it a good physical attack stat, and everything's all special on this Pokemon? It doesn't make sense. But nonetheless, we did the playthrough, we got it done, and I did enjoy it. And I do enjoy the problem-solving aspect of playing Pokemon and doing redos. I wish I knew how many resets I had in the first playthrough, because I could really compare, and I'm pretty sure it's way more than 23. I can bet anything, it's way more than 23. I think we went through Red probably a good 10 or 15 resets. The only reason we had that many resets with Red on the optimized playthrough is because we kept getting charmed, and we just reset because we didn't want to have to deal with having lower stats. And we just reset till we got the right RNG. So it was only like 4 or 5 resets. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is JD. This is Poliwhirl's Wrath. I really enjoyed this playthrough. Next week, we're going to be playing through with Ariados. We'll get that optimized playthrough done. I'm not doing an optimized playthrough for all the baby Pokemon, so I will not be doing those. Those will be a completely separate video. Whenever I go through and play through, after we do the 100 Pokemon that they've added to Generation 2, and I go back and play through the 150 Pokemon that were from Generation 1, we'll be playing through, like for example, Clefairy, Clefable, and instead of playing Cleffa or whatever, we'll go back and play through those. So those won't get done, but there are some other Pokemon what is it? Crobat. Crobat's an example of one that we're gonna get done, so on and so forth. That hasn't had an optimized playthrough. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is JD. It's Poliwhirl's Wrath. Next week we're looking at 3 videos. Prediction video for Ariados. We have a playthrough of Pokemon Blue with Hitmonlee. And then we have our playthrough with Ariados. So that's what's coming down the pipes. Let me know what you think. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.